नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लांघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमताम् अपराधिजनं खलु शायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So today is a very special occasion, auspicious Tithi, full moon day in the month of Ashada, June, July. This is known as Shri Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima. On this particular day, Vedavyasa Muni has appeared in this material world, and fortunately for the last few days we have been going through the teachings of Narada Goswami to Vedavyasa Muni. We have seen how Vedavyasa Muni, even though he is Shaktiyavesha avatar, the empowered incarnation of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, yet in order to give instruction to all of us, he has performed the pastime of doing ordinary philanthropic activities but not ultimately attaining peace. And then through the instructions of Narada, he could understand that singing the glories of Supreme Lord for his pleasure is the only means to attain the highest bliss. This instruction he has given to all of us through his own personal life. Jagat Guru, he is called as Jagat Guru, he is the Guru, the teacher, the master of all, everyone. Everyone means not only the followers of Gaudiya Math, not only those who are following the Vaishnavism, but he is the Guru of all the various branches of Vedic religion. Whether it is Karma Marga, Dhyana Marga, Jnana Marga, Yoga Marga, Bhakti Marga, whatever path one may belong to, in the root there is Vedavyasa. Therefore, not only Vaishnavas or Gaudiya Vaishnavas worship, Vedavyasa on this particular day, But all those who are following Sanatana Dharma, they all worship Vedavyasa. It is his appearance day today. They all worship him on this particular day. And it's termed as Vyasa. The disciples on this particular day, it is their duty to offer respects, worship at the feet of Sri Guru. Because Guru is the only means by which one can cross over this material world. Guru Karnadharam. Guru Karnadharam means he is like the expert captain of the boat. This human birth is the boat to cross over the material ocean. Even though those who know swimming, they cannot cross ocean. The fishes, they are living in the ocean, but they cannot see the other side of the ocean. The best way to cross this ocean is a gigantic ship. And just having a ship is not enough. There should be an expert captain. Guru is that expert captain of the ship. And that ship is this human body, not any other body. Those who have got this human birth, they are very, very fortunate for getting ship. Now they have to look for an expert captain to drive that particular ship, and that is Sri Guru. Therefore, those who have Guru, they are certain to cross over this material world. Ashraya loiya bhaje, tare Krishna nahi tyaje, aar sab mare akaran. Those who have taken shelter of Sri Guru and worship Krishna, tare Krishna nahi tyaje. Krishna will never give them up. If anybody has taken shelter of a pure devotee, Krishna will never give him up. Whatever situation he may fall in, but still Lord will protect him. We have an example of Ramgati Prabhu. Ramgati Prabhu, who was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had accepted Harinam and Diksha from Srila Prabhupada. He served the Vaishnavas, but being influenced by his wife, who was not a devotee, he slowly left the devotional path, stopped chanting, and several years passed by. Prabhupada also disappeared, and he was on the deathbed. At that time, he was seeing the messengers of God of death. They are approaching him, and then they are giving various kinds of troubles. He was totally frightened with the sight in front of him. Now, when the Yamadutas come, our suffering is through the subtle body, not through the gross body. It's through the subtle body, through the mind, the mental trouble, mental affliction. That's more powerful than the physical one. Physical, it will be gone after some time. Somebody has slapped and you have a pain in the jaw. It will go away after 1 day, 2 days. But why he has beaten you and how you can take revenge on him, this is the hurting that you got on the mind. This will not go very quickly. This will be finished so quickly. So mental affliction is very, very strong. So here Ramgati Prabhu was troubling, was in deep trouble, and it was at that time he remembered his Gurudev. Ha Gurudev, ha Prabhupada, ha Gurudev, ha Prabhupada. He shouted very loudly, and immediately all the Yamadutas, they disappeared from the spot. Immediately they disappeared. And then he gets up from the bed and then he immediately asks his wife, "Where is my japamala? Where is my chanting bag? Where are my neck beads? Bring all of them. For so long I have been hearing to you. I have not served my Guru at all. I have only served very little. But with that only, he has saved me today. I served you all these days. You have not come to rescue me, but my Gurudev has come to rescue me." Then he gave up all the, whatever bad habits that he had again, got habituated to. He left all those things and then continued to serve the Vaishnavas. He stopped hearing to his wife and then continued performing bhajan. So, this is not a story. It's a fact. Our Sarbhog Mutt is there. In Sarbhog, Prabhupada had gone there. That's you see Prabhupada's, bhajan kutir there in Sarbhog. So the residential quarters, one side of the residential quarters was built by Ramgati Prabhu only after this incident has happened. So what I meant to say is, Ashraya loiya bhaje tare Krishna nahi tyaje. If anyone has taken shelter of Sadguru, be assured that we will never be given up by Krishna. Or sab marya karan, who have no shelter, they will die uselessly. Why they have taken birth, why they are dying, they don't know. So, Guru plays a very, very vital role in the, attaining the supreme position, that is the service of the Lord. Now, today it is also the disappearance of Sanatana Goswami. Without remembering Sanatana Goswami or without praying for the grace of Sanatana Goswami, the observance of Guru Purnima cannot be complete. Because Vedavyasa Muni, of course, is worshipped. But for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Sanatana Goswami, disappearance of Sanatana Goswami makes it even more special, this particular tithi. Because our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his Vaishnava Ke, who is a Vaishnava, in that particular Giti or poem, he has written, Prabhu Sanatane Parama Jatane Shikha Dila Jaha Chintiyo Sei Sob. Prabhupada, he is instructing to all of us, Prabhu Sanatane, whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had instructed Sanatana Goswami, Parama Jatane Shikha Dila Jaha, whatever instructions he received from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with great effort, Chintiyo Sei Sob, meditate upon them. You meditate upon all those instructions given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. What instructions did he give? Ami ke. The question asked by Sanatana Goswami, who am I? Kene more jare tapatray. Why are the threefold afflictions giving me trouble? Kemona hita hoy iha nahi jani. Where does my real welfare lie? I do not know. Kripa kore shabatatva shikhano apani. Be merciful to me, my dear Lord, and let me know about all that is required to know about my relationship with Supreme Lord. Sanatana Goswami has inquired this from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this reply about the constitutional position of a living entity. Because of the forgetfulness of our constitutional position, of our real nature, we are getting troubled in this material world. But life of Sanatana Goswami is very, very essential for sadhakas like us. His holy life. Sanatana Goswami Rupa Goswami, the two brothers, eternal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One is Rupa Manjari, another is Rati Manjari. They met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time in Ramkeli. Mahaprabhu had gone to Ramkeli. He wanted to go there, but he went in the pretext of going to Vrindavan Dham. But his sole purpose was to meet Rupa and Sanatana in Ramkeli Gram. When Mahaprabhu went there, Rupa, Sanatana, both of these brothers, they had come. They offered obeisances to him in a very, very humble manner. And then they expressed their ineligibility, that we are the most fallen and degraded, because we have helped the Muslims, we have associated with them, we dined with them. Those who are against the cows and the Brahmanas, our friendship is with them. Therefore, we are the most degraded. In this manner, they had expressed their extreme humility. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, I want to see both of you brothers when I go to Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already, he already knows that they are going to meet in Vrindavan. He told that, I want you to meet in Vrindavan. That trip, he did not go to Vrindavan, he came back to Nilachal Dham. Rupa Goswami, meanwhile, he has given resignation to his job. He was the finance minister. He has given his resignation. And then he took the money, whatever was his earnings, and then he distributed it among the Brahmanas to his family members, and then some part he has kept it for any future requirement, emergency. And then he sent two Brahmanas to Nilachal Dham to find out when Mahaprabhu is starting his journey towards Vrindavan, please inform me immediately. So he had sent two messengers. So when Mahaprabhu had set forth towards Vrindavan, Rupa Goswami got the message and immediately he also set off towards Vrindavan. He wrote a letter to Sanatana Goswami that he did not write a letter directly that come to Vrindavan. He wrote in a very complex manner, means he gave a puzzle, riddle kind of a thing that only he could understand. And at that time Sanatana Goswami was imprisoned. Why? Because Sanatana Goswami, he told that I am not well, I am not feeling well. By saying this, he has given up his kingly duties or ministerial duties. He was the prime minister. He had given up his ministry duties, and then he is sitting in the house reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Then at that time, the king, who is very, very affectionate, he has a lot of affection towards Sanatana Goswami. Therefore, he sent one physician. The physician went to see that Sanatana Goswami is quite all right and he is sitting with so many devotees to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. He came back to Hussain Shah, the king, Muslim king, and then he says that Sanatana is well, he is not unwell. Then this time the king directly comes, not to chastise Sanatana, because he saw Sanatana as his own younger brother. Therefore, at this time, he requests, what happened? Tell me, is there anything that is discomforting you in our court? Please let me know what you want. But he says, no, I don't want to come and join any longer. I want to give resignation. He says, I am going to Odisha, let's go. We have to conquer that place. Then Sanatana Goswami says, then I shall not come at all, because it's the place of Jagannath. I shall not come at all. Immediately he was imprisoned by the king. Not because he does not like, but he wanted him to stay till he comes back. Sanatana Goswami was imprisoned, and the king went to declare war against Odisha. Now, when Sanatana Goswami received this letter, he was in the prison. Immediately, he was devising ways to leave come out of the prison and leave for Vrindavan. So he calls for the jail keeper, and then he says that, you see, you are a peer. Peer means you are a saintly person. You are a very saintly person. If you leave a person like me, an innocent person like me, your God will be very pleased with you. Please leave me. But he would not leave him because he is afraid that the king will punish him. Therefore, he will not leave him. Then he says, you see, I have given you this job. You are jailkeeper today because of me. I have given you this job. Now, can you not do a return favor? You just leave me. I promise I will not stay here. Still, he did not, he was unmoved because he was basically fearful. Then, after that, Sanatana Goswami says, I shall give you 5,000 gold coins. He was moved a bit by hearing about the money. But still, because he was afraid that the king would punish him, he said that he was not accepting even that. Then ultimately, when 7,000 gold coins were put in front of him, immediately he got a lewd. And then he says that, don't worry. Sanatana Goswami tells, don't worry. You take me out, I will go towards Ganga, I will jump into Ganga, or I will run away from there. When the king comes, tell him, I will go to Makkah. He tells that I will go to Makkah. Makkah is a pilgrim place of Muslims. I will go to Makkah. When the king comes, tell him that when I took Sanatan for his morning ablutions to Ganga, he jumped into Ganga. And I shall not be seen here. Don't worry, I will go to Makkah, I will not be seen here, king will not punish you. Here, Sanatana Goswami, he has done all the illicit means. First is, he told, that, what did he say? Please do me a favor, because I have done something to you, do me a favor. Then he bribed him, gave money. Bribing is not devotional activity. Is it a devotional activity? It's not a devotional activity. And the third is, he asked the jailkeeper to speak lie. So how is it a devotion? How can Sanatana Goswami be called as a devotee? Because he employed all these things for the service of Supreme Lord. The target is more important than what we are doing. Means are justified by the end. If our means are to, fulfill my own personal pleasures, then they are wrong. But if it is for an ultimate cause, then it is very good. So, Sanatana Goswami he came out of the prison, and then with him was Ishan Thakur. Ishan, not Ishan Thakur, Ishan. Ishan Thakur was a servant in Sachi Mata's house. Ishan was there, and then when they were proceeding, there was a mountain that is very, very steep. It's called Pathar Pahad. It's made, that's a stony mountain, and it's very, very steep. Nobody can cross it so easily. So Sanatana Goswami and Ishan, they had to cross that mountain. Suddenly they saw a person there who would help, the passengers to cross that mountain. So they asked, even before they asked, that particular person had welcomed Sanatan and Ishan very, very affectionately. He welcomed very affectionately. Sanatan Goswami, he was a prime minister. They know that, what kind of persons have, what kind of mentalities. Without knowing me, how can he share so much affection? If we have met before, or, then it's fine. Otherwise, always there is some kind of doubt. Immediately nobody will trust anyone 100%. He is showing so much affection to me. Definitely there must be some, something wrong. So he asked Ishan. No, he first, asks the person who is, wanting to cross him over the mountain, that actually that person has come to know through his own astrologer that Ishan has got 8 gold coins with him. He was devising a plan to kill Sanatan and Ishan that night and then take that money. So Sanatana asks Ishan, are you carrying any money? Because he saw something is wrong with the behavior of this person. He is so affectionate and so warm and everything. So he asked Ishan, are you carrying some money? He says, yes, I have 7 gold coins with me. Then immediately he takes all the 7 gold coins and tells, why did you bring this Yama, the messenger of death, with you? Money, we think that is very good, but Sanatan Goswami calls this a messenger of death. Why did you bring this along with you? So he takes it and then goes to that particular person who was supposed to, make them cross over that particular mountain. He gives that 7, coins to him, and then he says, please help us cross this mountain. Then that person told that I have already devised a plan to kill both of you for these 8 coins that are with your servant. Now I don't want this. I have understood your noble nature. You are so kind. Please keep them with you. Sanatana Goswami, who is very wise, he says, now you are sparing us. But at another place, we have to go a long way. Another place, some other dacoits will come, some other persons will come, and they will steal, they will kill us. Therefore, you keep this money, because this money is the cause of all troubles. He comes back, and the next day, they set forth to some other distance. After that, this person lets them cross that particular mountain. After they proceeded to some distance, Sanatana Goswami asks, Ishan, do you have some money with you? Because last night he told he has only 7 coins. But Sanatana Goswami came to know from this person that Ishan has 8 coins. He has kept 1 with him. So Sanatana Goswami asked, do you have some money with you? Yes, I have 1 coin. Immediately take that and go back. You cannot go with me. Just go back. You have that money, go. You have brought this messenger of death with you. You are not eligible. Because Sanatana Goswami is giving an example, a person who has, who has taken a vow to join the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is not supposed to carry anything material. That material goods, they are not going to, we should not have faith on those material objects, or the money, or the family, or this or that. Sanatana Goswami is setting an example to all of us. If we have come to the shelter of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, then we should have 100% faith in their lotus feet, that they are our protectors under all circumstances. If this fundamental faith is not there, then the devotion has not begun. So Sanatana Goswami is coming. Sanatana Goswami is walking all the way, and then he came. On the way, he met the husband of his sister, Shrikant. Shrikant welcomes him, and then he says, please come to the house, please stay. But Sanatana Goswami, he is in extreme urgency to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When one has developed that faith in the service of Supreme Lord's lotus feet, no material bondage, no wealth, nothing can stop that person. So Sanatana Goswami was not ready to stay there. He said that no, I have to immediately go. So Shrikant had given him a very, very valuable blanket. He has taken that blanket along with him, and then he has come to Varanasi, Kashi, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living in the house of Chandrasekhara Vaidya, and Tapana Mishra was, offering prasad to him. So at Chandrasekhara's house, Sanatana Goswami comes and sits outside the courtyard. Mahaprabhu, he tells to Chandrasekhar, go and see if there is a Vaishnava outside your house. Chandrasekhar comes out and sees there is no Vaishnava. He goes inside. Then Mahaprabhu says, is there anyone sitting outside? Yes, there is one. Daravesh means a Muslim. Because he had this like Muslim beard and all these things. He says, a Muslim is sitting outside. Please immediately bring him inside. The identity of a Vaishnava is not in the dress. There are a number of instructions that we get through these teachings of through the life of Sanatana Goswami. The identity of a sadhu does not lie in the dress he or she is wearing. Because bhakti is Atma Dharma. It is the nature of the self, which is inside. How we are dressing so nicely like a devotee. Shikha is there and Kanthi Mala is there, Japamala is there, Tilak is there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur calls them as Kalir Chela. They are the disciples of Kali. They are the disciples of Kali in the garb of a devotee. But dress or external decoration does not describe a devotee. Immediately he comes inside Sanatana Goswami and Mahaprabhu embraces him. Mahaprabhu is embracing Sanatana Goswami. Stop, don't do it. I'm the untouchable. Don't do this to me. What does Mahaprabhu say? Sanatan, by touching you, I am purifying myself. This shows how much God loves his devotees. How dear are the devotees to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That the Lord is telling that I am purifying myself by touching your body. Then after some time, Mahaprabhu says, go, shave your head, dress nicely and come. By taking the instruction of Mahaprabhu, he goes to take bath in the river, he comes back, and then, now he is in the wet cloths, he asks Chandrasekhara to give a cloth. Chandrasekhara brings a very fresh new cloth. Sanatana Goswami says, no, I don't want this. Tapana Mishra, he also gives a new one. No, I don't want this. Please give me a used one. When Tapana Mishra brings the used one, he immediately accepts it. Not Tapana Mishra, Chandrasekhar. He immediately accepts it with great, love and affection. And then he wears this. You see, by this, Sanatana Goswami is giving instruction that remnants of the Vaishnavas are to be accepted. If we want to buy new ones, enjoy, then the tendency of our enjoyment will increase. But Sanatana Goswami is giving an example that we should not become enjoyers. We should accept the remnants of the Vaishnavas. Then Mahaprabhu, he introduces to his associates in Varanasi, Sanatana Goswami as his principal servants. Then the Brahmanas, the Tapana Mishra, he says, along with Mahaprabhu, you also come for lunch at my place. Sanatana Goswami says, no, I have no eligibility to eat in the house of a Brahmana. I am the most degraded fallen. I shall beg from door to door and eat. Sanatana Goswami, the way he has exhibited renunciation, being a prime minister, greatly educated, very rich, but yet a person who has come to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhura Bhaktera Vairagya Pradhan, they have got detachment from the material world, Mahaprabhu's devotees. So he is begging alms from door to door and then he is eating. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was looking at him in a very, very different style. Because even though he is wearing all these, used clothes, he on his upper part of the body, he is putting this, valuable blanket that was given to him by Srikant. So Mahaprabhu had a very different kind of look at his blanket. Now, by the sight, one will understand what is the intentions. Immediately Sanatana understood that Mahaprabhu is not liking me wearing this blanket. Immediately went to the Ganga and from a poor person he exchanged it, got it exchanged. And then he came back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with a torn quilt. It's torn at several places. He came to Mahaprabhu with a torn quilt. Mahaprabhu is very pleased. He is extremely pleased. And then he says that you are going from door to door begging alms. My dear Sanatan, how can I, tolerate anybody telling that Sanatan is begging with a very valuable blanket on his upper part of the body? Anybody makes fun of you that you see this person is begging but he has so valuable blanket on his upper part of the body. I cannot hear somebody doing a mockery with you. And for a renunciate, it is not befitting. A renunciate cannot wear all these valuable or precious things. Therefore, I was thinking that if Krishna has taken away everything from you, why did he keep this little attachment with this blanket? I was thinking. But Krishna is very merciful. Sanatana Goswami says, I don't know the mercy of Krishna. You are merciful. By your mercy, I could leave this blanket, quilt. I could understand your, indication, and I have done this. Then after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives instructions to him on, who am I? Sanatana Goswami's question is a very, very essential question for any sadhaka. Any person who sincerely wants to make progress in the path of Hari Bhajan, he should have this fundamental question of who am I? Sanatana Goswami, he is the teacher of Sambandha. Sambandha means knowledge of relationship. Who am I? Who is Supreme Lord? What is this material world? How are we related? This is the knowledge of relationship. And Sanatana Goswami received Mahaprabhu's instructions. They are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, about 4 chapters. The longest conversation, if you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the longest conversation has happened between Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami. It's called as Sanatana Shiksha. That is why Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has told, Prabhu Sanatane Parama Jatane Shikha Dilajaha Chintyo Saisab. Whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever instructions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mercifully given to Sanatana, contemplate on them, meditate upon them with lot of effort and endeavor. So today is that Sanatana Goswami's disappearance day. Sanatana Goswami has won the hearts of all the Brajavasis. They used to love him so much. They all took him as a very, very high class advanced devotee. He used to serve Radha Madan Mohan deities, they had a lot of love to him, that when Sanatan Goswami has disappeared, all the Brajavasis, they shaved their head. It is the Vedic, customary thing that a son, on the day of his father's death or expiry, the son will have to shave his head. He will have to shave his head and offer certain oblations to the father. This is the verdict of the scriptures. Now all the Brajavasis, they were so much captivated by the affection of Sanatan Goswami, or you can say Sanatan Goswami was so affectionate to them, or they used to love him so much, that on his disappearance day, they all shaved their heads. That's why in Braja, it's called as Mundi Purnima. We call Guru Purnima, they call it as Mundi Purnima, because they all shave their head. And on this particular day, they do Govardhan Parikrama. Because Sanatana Goswami, all through his life, he has not missed even a single day from performing Parikrama of Govardhan. Every day he would do Parikrama. He was grown old, not able to do so. At that time, the Lord himself personally came and gave him Govardhan Shila. That Sanatan, you are very old. You cannot walk, 21 miles every day. Now 21, those days a lot more than 21, definitely. You cannot walk so much. You just do 4 circumambulations to this Govardhan Shila, and you would have done Giraj Parikrama. So he would do it every day without fail. That's why on this particular day, if you go to Braja, you will see that there are so many Brajavasis who would have shaved their head and then who would do the Parikrama of Govardhanji. So this is the token of love that all the Brajavasis, they share with Sanatan Goswami. Oh, time is up. So this is the kind of life, holy life of Sanatan Goswami, that how he has joined the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he had, executed the orders of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by staying in Braja for the rest of his life, and how he served by writing the books, by establishing temples, etc. It's exemplary. And our most revered Srila Gurudev used to speak particularly on both about Vedavyasa Muni as well as about Sri Sanatan Goswami on this particular day, because it's very, very special for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So today, Guru Purnima, I offer my innumerable prostrated obeisance at the lotus feet of most revered Srila Gurudev, that may he be pleased with the devotional activities, whatever are performed, and may he free me from all the offenses that I might have committed to his lotus feet, knowingly or unknowingly, and give me service of his lotus feet birth after birth. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Guru